on the old TV. It's a total success story.
What do you want?
Turn on the Dean channel there.
Dean?
Hit it.
LPDs, Lincolns.
Right? It's the Flips Marathon.
Do we really have to watch that shit? We really have to watch that shit?
It's the raise money for a new couch for coldwarmotors telethon. Tomorrow, chance of bullshit.
What? Low chance of truth.
Low chance of reality intruding anywhere near us today. 70% chance of crippling debt. And here coming up at a not very distant third, complete societal collapse. More at 7, brought to you by Justin's School Bus Bomb Shelters and Excavating.
You got to
ask us about low rates on school bus carcasses and bomb shelters. Trade in a 2.6 of vodka for 10% off your first shelter.
10%?
Right?
That's pretty big.
Justin's a smart
That's
guy.
big.
Warranted forever because we know the world's ending anyway. And now back to car jumps. Okay, it's time to wet sand and polish the gold pieces. It actually came out really nice. A couple little specks, and this is, so I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not trying to polish in here. It's a mistake I think people might think. I'm just going to lightly wet sand the main flat areas. It hardly needs anything, but let's give it a go. Ideally, you want your sandpaper soaking. This was a hood of a big dollar paint job. This would be soaking in water overnight. But it ain't. It ain't. Oop. Start with the obvious ones. The rest of it, not much. I'm going to give this a quick scuff in 2000 wet, and then we're going to polish it. It's nice and shiny and smooth. There's just a couple of nibs I want gone, and just every, it always looks a tiny bit better. It'll take off any remaining texture where the stripes were, give that all a kind of a very nice glassy effect. We've just scuffed all the last coats of clear down with 2000. Now I'm going to just start with the polish. Nothing fancy. We'll polish it and then we'll do a fine polish and then that's it. It's done. I'll wax it once it's on the bike. That's it. Not much to it.
Rough cut?
This is, this is like supposedly coarse.
Coarse cut, I guess.
But it's actually pretty fine. So it'll be fine. And then we'll do a very fine after this. But this stuff doesn't leave too much of a nightmare. Some of the really coarse polishes are pretty rough. Well, we've got her sanded and polished. I have still to do the very fine polish and then a coat of wax, but we thought we'd have a look at how she's coming along here. And I'm ordering a couple of new bits of trim for the bike because I don't really want to put on scratched up emblems and stuff after all this effort. So just thought it might be fun to have a look at where it's at. And I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks here we'll get some pieces and put it all together on the bike. And then we'll see how she looks and go for a ride. It's pretty nice out today, but it's supposed to snow, so we're going to buy ourselves a week or two while that sorts itself out. Okay, everything else is also polished and turned out well, so that's feeling pretty good about that. It's the color it should have been all along. Okay, it's a pretty nice day, and I thought it might be fun to go out and waste Matt and Jim's time at Strong's Garage, and I was going to see if my old boss Al can join us, and since I'm bringing Frankers, it means there's only one car we could really take. Let's see if she'll go. It's been sitting here all winter, and of course I'm a dummy and forgot to unhook the battery, so the battery's dead because of the clock and whatever. Okay, well that wasn't terrible. It was a little bit terrible. Feel kind of dumb about the battery, but I guess I wouldn't feel quite so dumb if I didn't do the same thing every year. Nevertheless, we are mobile. All right, we have arrived. Let's go see if we can get their channel demonetized with drugs and alcohol and profanity. We got Al, we got Chance, and we got Frankers. So we're going to. It's gonna be chaos. No, it won't be chaos, right, Frankers?
This is a trip back.
Oh, it's crazy, eh?
This is incredible.
Yeah, hey. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Hey, you cook.
Yeah, well, we only brought one of the dogs.
Yeah. Good to see you. Yeah, you bet. Hey, good to see you.
We brought some beers.
Holy
For a while.
Yeah.
Thought we'd come to the right place.
This.
Wow. Yeah, what do you think, guys?
I can film this because you guys already did. No spoiler alert today.
Yeah, no spoiler alert.
Oh, sounds sweet, eh? Come on, get out. Come on. Last time she jumped in a car, I had to buy it. So I'm already up to 3 cars off of you guys. So.
Well, I'll hold your script there, your words this week.
That's right, yeah, get my cue cards. Well, I thought since we were here standing in front of some of these amazing tools that we should wreck some steel. So Matt's going to show us how to fly what is this machine, Matt? It's like a Pullmax, but it's not. Oh, it is a Pullmax. It's like a Pullmax, but it is a Pullmax. And so we got what they call a thumbnail shrinking die on here. And I got some, well, I think I got some 18 gauge steel here, and we're just going to kind of demo the thumbnail die.
Well, just roughly.
Yeah.
You figure out what's your thing here, what your radius is.
Okay.
Or your sweeps or whatever.
Yeah,
but
sure.
this is a little handy dandy deal.
That is nice.
And then my other $1 million secret thing that I stole from Dave is that these China markers are the only thing I use on sheet metal.
Oh, yeah,
Throw
why?
your Sharpies in the garbage. Because, you know, like this all gets oil when you're working it.
Yeah.
And just the Sharpie gets wrecked. And this you can just, you can write super good and it cleans off easy and they never, anyway, China marker.
China marker.
Dave Ryan machine. But like a shrink. So when we go in and do shrink, say, you want to shrink halfway into what your highlight line would be. So halfway in the radius, like a panel like this or something. The shrink would be halfway into the center of the highlight line. So anyway, and then a shrinking die like this, or on the power hammer if it was here, would be a like a stepped shrink like this
Yeah.
to allow somewhere for the metal to go, because what you're basically doing is
You
you're
gotta shrink it more at the edge than you do towards the middle.
well, as you do it, you're pulling the metal up like this and then hammering it into itself. Just kind of like so.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get my head around the fact that it actually gets thicker as you hammer
It
it.
gets quite a bit thicker.
Which is weird.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Right, so if we were to do this properly, we'd have a template, plastic template
Yeah.
with all this shit, but this is good just to show the machine how it works. If you want
Yeah,
to give her a
exactly.
spin, we'll
All
spark it up and,
Let's spark it up.
Yeah.
You said the magic words.
all right? We're live.
Is there a file?
Yeah,
It's
oh,
going.
Scott,
Yeah.
here, look at this. Is there a file? Let's have a look.
There's a whole file museum. Let's go to the file wing of the, oh, look at this.
Take
There
your
we
pick.
go.
That was a cool one.
Just probably, look at
There's
these
a
old
neat old one
files,
here,
eh?
too.
Oh, look at that. So I just want to knock the edge off of this because I just cut it before I came
I
over.
use this one for It's got a nice file.
But Scott's kind of backwards, man.
Yeah,
When you're
it's
hanging out with him, he's in grubby clothes and he's doing work. He's wearing nice clothes.
What the heck is he wearing?
Yeah, usually I'm wearing filthy clothes
When he
and
goes
not
out, he gets
working,
dressed up, he puts on the coveralls.
What? Gotta go pick up the mother-in-law. Throw in this old potato sack.
It's
So
super
where did you get this? You guys had this for years.
Yeah, it sat at Dad's in the back and
Yeah,
outside
yeah,
until
yeah.
recently. And then finally, like I have that trunk nibbler too.
Yeah,
And I set
yeah.
that one up just for, it's got a louver die on it right now.
Oh, okay.
That we made for one job. We just have it set up for shooting, but you
Yeah.
can put any amount of, I've used them for everything
yeah,
you can
sure.
imagine. Make any die
So,
you want.
The two dies don't ever
Never.
actually touch each
Never.
other.
It's not that kind of, no.
No, it's not a hammer. So what I'm gonna shrink it in here, and then
Yeah.
we'll curl around this way, and just to demonstrate the idea.
And so shape and form is kind of the way that I do it. But,
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, shape is one direction and form is another. So
Mm-hmm.
everything that I make is done as flat as possible. So you're always opening it up. It's called. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you open it up.
You do
and
all
then,
your shrinking.
Yeah, and then you
you-
planish it with the flattest die you can. So like a
Okay.
36 or a 40 or on the power hammer, or
Yeah.
40 or 50, and then you close it again. So if you're making a
Mm-hmm.
wheel well or something, you open it up. Well, here.
Yeah.
I was just farting around with the dies, just setting them up, and you can see how much it shrinks. But what I do to shrink it is you get it to open like this.
Yeah.
Then you go in and shrink it.
Yeah.
Then you smooth it, and then when you pull it back into
Pull it back.
into its form,
Now all that sucks
yeah,
down.
and that's your shrink. So
Yeah.
this is what this is going to be.
Yeah, so we'll just do it on one side, as though we were doing the bottom of a cat corner.
So we'll just fire it up.
They never get really closer than 16.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna go in further.
Yeah, and then when you put your oil in
Oh, my new shirt. Sorry, going in.
Yeah, Dave actually got a call on these years ago. Years ago. And then we had to road the loader into the city. Dad drove it in. We called him. Anyway, they were in the guy's backyard.
Yeah, well I mean, really for a very small amount of work, we've already got a
Oh
huge
yeah,
amount
now
of
like
shape in it
if
there.
you close it up like this again, where you get your flat die in,
Yeah,
now I've got a number
let's
36.
bring this over here. So 36 being the inches of the radius of that
this is a good,
crown.
here's so 36-inch radius, very
There you go.
flat.
Yeah, very close to flat.
Yeah, and so rarely use any of this ever. Everything I'd use, depending on
Right,
it. But
so this is how you're doing most of your work, and this is literally planishing
well, this
it
yeah,
up.
you're shrinking. This just smooth it.
Yeah. for
And
sure.
then like because you're shrinking, if you wanted to reverse it, then you use another die, which you have, linear stretch die. Anyway,
Right, exactly,
This
yeah.
is set up here, this old Chicago pneumatic. You go in there and
Yeah.
you can smooth it. So basically what you'll do is you go in here and just, we're not trying to stretch it.
Right.
We're just
Just
planishing,
kind of smoothing it
So
out.
I've got like I said, a 36, so you're just gonna blend it nicely and track it kind of. And anyway, so
For sure.
so
Well,
you-
and the beauty, whoop, look
this
out,
is a
please.
serious hammer. This is a cool, this hits quite a bit harder than,
Oh, yeah?
I have a water valette there, which is like the body shop
Yeah.
version from the 50s.
Oh, yeah,
Handheld. And this thing is like 3,000 beats a minute, but really hard, and that's
Yeah.
10,000.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But this thing is cool.
Thing's awesome. Well, I've never tried it before,
Yeah, give
so
her a
here
go.
goes. Here goes nothing.
Give her a
Watch
go.
out, puppy. This is going to be loud. So you start with the piece in, though?
Yeah, just
Okay.
as you go, because this one's
Yeah,
totally.
so I'm just going to be kind
just
of...
do like you
yeah,
do,
just
yeah.
smooth it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a better machine than.
Just
You're
better,
gonna be
better
spoiled
than
now.
Princess Auto?
What?
There's half an hour of handwork right there.
Yeah, and now just close it up like if you were going to, like if this was going to be a cab corner, you'd have to shrink it to the middle,
Yeah,
right?
a lot more, yeah.
But if you were
yeah,
making
yeah.
a
Now,
wheel
if you
well,
flatten that down that way,
this will show you how much shrink
yeah,
you've
how
actually
much
done.
you've actually done.
So now, and if you just give it one of these, and you can see
Yeah.
how much,
Well, you even it out.
you can see how much you've
How
done.
much dome we've already got on.
Yeah, and then of course you'd see how much you'd need to do it. Like
Yeah.
a wheel well is a good, like an inner wheel well is a good, if you look at a car and you see the inner,
Yeah. Oh,
how
that's
much
huge.
of a shrink that
Yeah,
is in
it's
a
huge,
stamp,
yeah.
like how much you
It's
have to
almost
shrink
half,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's totally doable.
Yeah.
And
So
this
you
isn't
can go all the way. You can
to the
shrink
moon.
that almost
Yeah,
to nothing.
no work hardening.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool, and you can go and look at how smooth that finishes. I
Well,
mean, it
that's
looks,
what really
you know,
is nice. Is that is here. Let's just put a little. Gonna take that a little bit out, but you can see it's still dead soft, and like that's ready for primer, right?
Yeah.
Like literally, you could prime that. Can we get a close up of it?
Sure,
You can see all the.
close as you want.
Yeah, let's get the old
Yeah,
electron
well, you
back.
see, even though there's all those marks in it, the
Those will-
light is reflecting perfectly off it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
just
can sand
primer.
those,
Ready for primer, right? It doesn't need any filling. Get a real sense of the amount that is already pulled down. And the more we flatten this out, the more that'll
The
pull
more it'll
down.
show. Yeah.
So the trick with this thing seems to be to,
It is now AMP ready.
Yeah, right?
that's right. At AMP, that would be $150, and that would be the
Yeah.
top of
That's called
whatever.
shape and form, though. So,
Yeah, so, and they're kind of inverse of each other.
That's right.
The more of one you have, the less of the other.
Yeah.
So we want, if we go like this, you see that starts to flatten out because you're taking that extra shape and putting it this way.
It's
That
cool.
extra metal.
And the more you work on, like with Dave, I was lucky enough to get to work on some cool cars so far that were handmade to begin with, and like natural curves
yeah,
are that where they automatically have a radius one way or the other.
You know what you got
right?
here would be nice is this thing here.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
Flatten
that.
out.
Yeah. Why
Is
is
that
it
gonna
getting?
stay?
Yeah, it's made for that.
It's made for that.
Literally.
Most of this stuff I just seen on it.
Yeah, right? The first body shop I worked at, they had a Chicago pneumatic just like this, and I used to hang my coat on it in the morning. And everybody at the shop was just a coat hanger. I went back, tried to buy it after, but I don't know what happened to it. It was cool. It came from Northwest Industries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a Chicago pneumatic just like this from the 30s or whatever.
So we can see
Well,
if
they
we
built it
straighten
like-
that out.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
you can see how much that
That's the
pulls
first
down.
I've seen one. That works unbelievable.
Yeah. But if this was a piece you're reproducing, and I take my China marker, and you go along and you'd find like that's probably a number, it's not anything. Let's say that's a 3.
Yeah.
So then you could map this, like, so that's a 3-inch radius, right? And then the center of that, and so this is exactly how this works. So you'd map it all, use this, my other sweeps, or however big the panel is, you know,
So
mark
that
it.
shape in this
3-inch, and then
direction
we
and
do
that
this
direction.
one, whatever this is, which is flatter, it's probably like a 12. Yeah, so it's a 12 this way, and a 3 that way, and you know, map it out. And if you look, that's the highlight line. That's halfway through the radius.
Yeah,
And that's where the end of the
light-
shrinks are, see? So
that's
if you
where the
look where
light
Scott
goes.
shrunk it to, it's halfway through. So it automatically creates,
It creates
right?
that.
So then if you were recreating that panel, you'd start it with your flat sheet, then I'd take this again, lay it on the flat sheet, then I'd take a pen, just a regular pen, and then go through it, map it all out. I'd show the highlight line, go back on the machine, shrink it, and you know, you could reproduce it. You'd make a template in Vancouver and go back to your shop in Newfoundland and make it, and then bring it back to, and it'll fit within 10 to 20
Well, of
whatever
course.
percentage.
Within a day of filming.
Yeah.
Remember that Jag that we did at the shop, Al?
No, you did. That was impressive. You
But
did.
that, we
That's
ordered the
2
quarter panel for it
From England?
from England, and it came, and you could see it was made on a wheel because it was 2 big pieces welded together down the middle.
Right.
That today, we would make it like this. We
Right.
could make that panel here with this thing without the big seam down the middle.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, so that's the other thing is being like pushing myself and learning from Dave. The best thing that I ever did was watch him make it in as few. Every time you weld, you damage. But the least amount of pieces within reason, because there's like a, when you're making money at making panels, there's like a fine line where,
At
yeah,
a
you can
certain
make it out of
point,
1,
yeah,
but
exactly.
it takes 3 times longer, so you gotta make it out of 2. And I'm not as good enough, so, you know, yet, but it's sweet. The principles carry over whether the panel is the size of a shoebox or a roof skin. Me and Dave have made entire roof skin
Is that
one
right?
time, like the whole roof in one piece, the two of
yeah,
us
for
on a
that
power
chopped
hammer.
car. Yeah.
We did that chop car, yeah.
The guy had put the roof together and they fucking made a mess of it,
Yeah.
so they went and just cut the whole roof off and made one that fit the car already
New.
chopped.
No way.
When he chops the car,
Yeah,
he
you make a roof.
just makes chopped fucking door skins. He doesn't chop the door skins.
And then you
That's
get like Harley Earl, he was a coach builder, and then took that into the design studio, so then all these sweeps, because if you look at a car, like that Chevy, for example, from the front of that hood to the back of that car is one sweep. It's one radius. It's not a bunch of radiuses, it's one.
It's all one.
Continuous sweep.
Oh, all right.
So once you know the shape of the car, if you know this radius, then you know this radius when you have to make that panel.
Yeah.
Right? Even if that's gone.
Because it's like the
Because-
worst thing in the world, that pillow, when you got like
Yeah.
fender, door.
Well, and when you buy these
You know,
patch panels from these
that's the
cars,
crap.
they have no radius on them.
No.
So when you weld them in, you're mucking the shit out of them, plus you shrink it when you weld it in. Right?
But the coolest thing is the principles of fixing a dent
Yeah.
are absolutely quintessential to being able to make panels. And these machines are nothing more than hand principles sped up. So if you understand shrinking and stretching with a body hammer, then it's exactly the same as shrinking and stretching with a
She's
machine.
being quiet.
Like, you know, when you go and
I'll buy you a
bang out a dent, like a dent,
Yeah.
that's all, like I have this hammer here, that's all this is. This is just a hand version of
Yeah, it's just hammer and dolly all in one.
I've got a million dies for it or whatever, but it just, you just slip this sucker on, and then you put your dies in there, and then you can go and, you know, instead of getting carpal tunnel syndrome.
Well, yeah, you know, with a pick hammer, I would hit myself in the head.
Never happened.
One of these crazy buggers?
I think Al should do the other side. You could actually calculate, and I've done it. You can calculate almost how many times you'd have to push
Yes.
it through there, because you know how much it shrinks each
Well, and
time.
then the other thing that, like,
You can be like, I gotta do this 100 times. And you pull it out, you'd be within 5% of where you were trying to be. And if you were wrong, you stretch it back out.
well, that's the beauty of it too, learning like Dave, like making a door skin. if you overstretch a door skin, like if I was making it on the power hammer and you get too much too raised, you just stretch out the edges with the hammer and it flattens it back out again. It gets just, when I start to learn those things like that, like those years of experience that he had, those things you pick up, then it took what I was doing to another
the first time I
level.
watched him work,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got to completely re-understand the way I'm doing this.
Yeah,
And even though I don't have the tools, once you understand the idea,
the principle though.
the principle is more important than the tools.
Because you can still do it with hands.
You can force it with your hands. It's just slow, but the idea will work.
Yeah. You know?
Incredible.
Skin.
Underneath, yeah.
And now I've learned even more the other day, or like a while ago, I changed the way I weld things with the filler metal. That's a big changer using that wire.
Big wire.
Can't believe I never thought of that.
Yeah, the first time I seen that was when Kyle was doing it.
That's the fucker, the bastard.
Yeah, he uses a jig wire.
'Cause it's a thin
Instead
filler
of
wire.
using filler rod, he uses MIG wire because the panels are so nicely fitted already. You don't need all that extra metal. He's just using MIG wire and pushing it in.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
We'll have to come back when you get the hammer in here.
I'm excited.
Where is your hammer?
It's at Dad's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we took it all apart, fixed all the bearings.
So anyway, I wanted to say thanks to Matt and Jim and Strong's Garage and Al and Chance for coming with me and
Yeah, it's alright.
and showing us around. We got through about 1% of it here, so I'm just going to keep coming back.
Yeah,
here,
keep
so.
wasting, keep content, keep coming
That's right.
back.
That'll
2 or
teach you
3
guys to
channels
rebuild
will
that
eventually-
carburetor before me.
No, it's good.
Well,
No,
we
thanks
will
for
definitely be back. And,
Anytime.
yeah.
Anytime.
Both for having us.
Oh, anytime you want to come by, just by all means. Yeah.
I didn't think an old guy would learn something.
Yeah, just drop the $50 in the doorway on the way
Yeah,
out.
that's right.
Donation box.
You accept empties.
Pass it around.
A few empties.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll bring Dean next time. You guys will have lots of
You take the
empties.
week off.
Hey, is that seem
Little
okay?
chip run in the tee with Dean.
Yeah, chips.
No room for prankers today.
No, I'm a pretty big guy,
He's
so
back with Steven.
yeah. It's a nice spring day.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, see, here we go. Front one, team. That's great.
It's a pretty steep hill for the old tee.
Yeah, steep. Yeah, well, here we are on the countryside. Wow, pretty impressive.
It's a friendly car. Everybody likes it.
Yeah, we're having a great old time.
Oh, we got a train. We got to slow
Train
down.
tracks coming up here.
Oh, now it means we gotta fucking start thinking about how we're gonna stop.
Okay. There's a procedure to
Yeah, a
this.
little bit. Just, at least when you're a new guy, you gotta be very careful.
Right.
Hey, braking.
Yeah, train tracks.
Everything's good. Very bumpy.
No train coming on my side. No weird shit to the side. You're good. Woo.
Okay. Yeah, you think we'll make it up this in top gear? I don't know.
My big punch here, I don't know. Let's try it.
We might have to go back into first to
We're
get up this
cruising.
hill.
Okay. We're going up the hill, guys.
That's pretty steep, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty steep hill we're on.
Second gear is like fourth in any other car.
Yeah.
You only got 20-something horsepower, so
That's right.
you want to not stress it out. Keep it in first.
Oh, here we go.
Once we get over the crest, we'll fly.
Yeah. Woohoo! Watch, ready for it? Here we go. Oh, that's so cool. There we go. Holy, she goes, yeah.
It drives quite well. You can see I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not sawing away at it.
No, it's great.
Moving along pretty good.
Yeah.
Not even at half throttle, so that's good.
Oh, right on. All right. driver catch us.
It's the cops.
Get out of here, quick. I forgot to pay for those chips. Alright. Got this stop sign. It's nice and warm in here too, guys.
It really is. It's gonna be too warm come summer. We'll have to figure out. Maybe we'll have to put the floor together.
Okay.
And away we go.
Yeah.
80. Over again.
80. Hey, what the heck?
The Edsel doesn't feel so old now, does it?
No, it's a modern car. Yeah,
That's a modern car.
Yeah, that thing's very modern now. Yeah.
Even the Fraser feels like a rocket ship from Mars now.
Yeah, it's right. Oh, wow.
Oh, even that Chef.
Oh, for sure. No, this is great. Like you said, there was no traffic on the roads back in 27 as much, and no, I mean, probably hardly any stop signs or anything. I mean, maybe some traffic. I would have loved to see what it was like back then, man. Like, that's why I like that videos of the guys, that NOS guy does. Like, it just shows you what, oh, that's just amazing. Back at the office.
Back at the office. We can do something about that Chrysler.
Yeah.
House.
Yeah, bro, that's it, yeah. He keeps bugging me, and I hate to be like, you know, he's a good
Battery and get it going.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He really is.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to sell it. You don't need to write on for it.
Okay,
I'm not going to give it away.
No, God, no. Gets no, but yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's some fucking gem.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, get out whatever you think it's worth or whatever. I'm sure he'll work with you. Okay, I'll turn this off, and we are here.
Doop, de doop. Done. What are we doing today? Yeah, go for a ride? I wanted to go over to Laura and Colin's place because Colin bought himself a toy tractor, so we should go check it out. I haven't seen this, so I don't know. It was his birthday, so I think he asked Laura if he could buy himself a tractor, so let's go see. That's still not bad, though.
This one is not zombie prepared. There's too much electronics in this tractor.
So he bought something else on its way.
Something else. It's a little bit more old.
Something a little more nuclear proof. It's a beautiful spring day at the farm. That's fun. Let's have a look. Man, I got excited when I bought a weed whacker. I think Colin bought this to make a road at the new place they bought. The same field where we filmed the Model T video a couple of years ago, that was just filmed on a mud trail, so this is hopefully going to make that a little more passable. at that, eh? That plow alone must have been a lot of money when it was new.
Well,
Look at all the hydraulic.
the blade for that is
Yeah.
about $57,000. We were like, this is 60.
With the motor, yeah. Comes with everything.
It comes with everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can turn around and sell it in 10 years
For what you paid,
65,
yeah.
right?
And that one over there is the new model?
Yeah, that's the 9460. It's a few years old, but that's a $750,000 tractor.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is like a...
All right, John.
Much cheaper. This is the same tractor, only 40 years earlier.
40 years earlier.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
look
we
40
had.
years.
Just needs a little wax, a little polish.
Polish.
Colin, are you excited about your new tractor?
Yes, I am.
Can you turn around and give us a big smile?
The present being standing out here.
Yeah, your birthday present for
Yeah.
yourself.
Woo! Yeah, and I got some pet turkeys.
Yeah, Laura got some birds, and you got a new tractor. Brand
Seems
new,
fair.
used, antique. It's actually good. We get a sense of the scale of it there.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way. Colin's like, oh, it's old enough I can put it in the antique tractor pull.
Yeah, just about, eh?
Actually bigger and more horsepower than the 7830 because they changed the numbering system. So it's a 7000 series tractor with 230 horsepower. And yeah, this one's
9,000 series.
9000 series, which means it's the articulating
Right.
giant behemoth tractor with 460, at least according to the numbers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, the joke was that we had to buy that to pull that out of the mud because it gets stuck in the spring when you're seating, right?
Oh, does it?
Oh yeah. Then when you get this stuck and then that stuck and then that stuck,
Oh,
it's stuck.
everybody's stuck. That's a big pile of stuff.
Yeah, that's the cedar. So that's the cedar and then that's all the seed fertilizer.
Okay, let's have a look inside.
There's a lot of things happening down there.
Yeah.
Is it four ranges and four?
Yeah, well, you got 4 ranges here.
And you have, that's what it is. There's 4 and you have to shift between 2 and 3. So you can go between 1 and 2. This is what Colin was explaining to me because he
Okay.
was thinking, oh yeah, this is your new tractor, Laura. No, it's not. But you have to clutch shift between 2 and 3. But you can go between 1 and 2 without
Back and forth.
clutching, and 3 and 4 without clutching.
Yeah, right on. Nothing's damaged anyway. It's all in good shape.
There's only one seat though.
You're gonna have to put one in for the kids.
Yeah, just put the kids down in the cubby
Yeah,
hole.
it seems probably pretty basic compared to the new ones. It's hard to believe how old it is. Like, what year did you say it was? 84?
85.
85?
Yeah. Yeah. But you're making me feel old by saying that, so just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so old.
Yeah, well, it's 30, whatever.
Yeah.
So, walk us through it here. What is the power plant? It looks massive.
You know what? I better look up the liter size. It's a V8. It's the biggest diesel of its era that John Deere ever made.
Yeah.
480 horsepower is what John Deere sold it as. And
Massive. Look at the turbo.
oh yeah, the turbo and
I bet it's really good on fuel, eh?
it's like a lot of other things. What's fuel? Right?
Yeah.
There's a price, yeah. Should be a
We,
lot
I
of fun.
remember we had this version back in the mid '80s, and we went. Then John Deere went away from it to the Cummins, so and which was a bit of a step backwards in most people's opinion. So this was the beast that they had.
It is a monster. Holy cow. I can't believe. How many liters do you think it is?
Say 15.7.
15.7 liters. Wow. Yeah, that's it's almost 1,000 cubic inch. Give or take.
Yeah. So a pretty simple gearbox in them.
Relatively, I guess.
Yeah, 4 range, 2 forward gears at the high and low each, and 1 reverse gear.
Okay.
So pretty simple in its day.
Brakes are good, tires fair.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
The only thing we did back in the original day, we chromed the stacks and intake.
Oh yeah.
That's what we did.
Well, you better get busy.
Yeah.
You can't even get that stuff done around here
Can't
anymore.
even go.
You can't
to
even
the
go get
local
it
chrome
chromed.
shop. I was a little nervous because when we showed up, the fella had it running already, so I
Right.
didn't get to do a cold start. But when we were on the truck,
Yeah, it started right up.
Like
Yeah.
nobody's business. So this is pretty badly worn back here. It's
Oh
showing
yeah,
its,
look at that,
it's
eh?
showing its
She's done
age
some
here.
work, yeah.
But
These
for
are-
all it has to do in the rest of its life,
Oh, it's semi-retired now.
yeah, so it doesn't have to do very much. Swinging drawbar, we don't see that anymore.
Oh yeah,
Where
that's
you can
kind of fun.
unpin this and you can swing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
back and forth and stuff. And you know, this has got a big PTO on it, and PTO is a $25,000 to $30,000 option on a tractor like this.
Yeah.
So that's
nice, yeah.
A high-powered PTO, run a grain cart, doing whatever. You want to drive it, Laura?
I don't know how. I'd have to learn how.
It's not rocket science. It's tractor science.
Hey, I just thought of something that might be fun. This is Colin's old white cab over with the infamous Detroit in there. How cool is that, eh? There's a shot for our buddy Elton McFall. Retro old school, buddy. Check this thing out. It's an old white cab over. We'll fire this up for Elton here pretty quick.
We go through the safety procedures.
Procedures, hit me.
In the case of fire, there's exits.
There's one exit.
There's one exit and you're
There
in
it
my
is.
way.
And yeah, so I'll get out
So
first.
You get out immediately. If the wings
There's
fall
some
off.
kind of controls over here.
There's some kind of not complicated controls over here, and there's some other not complicated
Yeah.
controls over
There
here.
we go.
And
All right.
there's a touch screen.
Yeah.
You can touch it, and
You
there's
touch
a screen.
it, nothing happens.
Yeah,
I'd
there's
actually prefer that.
definitely a screen there. I don't know, they're all dusty.
That's all right.
Let's just clean that up. There you go.
Yeah,
We're gonna go through
Fire
some
it up.
checklist. We're gonna
that's loud.
idle it up. We're gonna back it off the sound. It's still there. There. Now it's gone. I think that's totally normal, even in new tractors. There. Just kidding.
Okay.
It's not. And yeah. All right. Let's give this a go. Colin's watching
Okay.
with bated breath.
Yeah.
Don't wreck my brand new old tractor.
My old tractor that I just bought.
All right. No problem. This is fine.
Back to
Only takes a little bit of
V.
there.
Yeah, there you go.
No problem.
then-
And then you gotta pull it out.
Okay.
You gotta bring it over and you gotta put it down, and I put it in that.
Okay.
Now we're in B1.
Now, B1.
It's like playing Battleship.
Let's not sink
we don't
anything.
sink it. His boots are too big for me, so
Yeah.
it's good fun.
Good. Oh, nice. It's not
There
bad.
we go. That's
Cool.
alright.
Power steering, I hope.
Oh yeah. We don't have to clutch between this one and this one.
Whoa.
There we go.
Cool.
There we are. But we do, and this with the clutch between this one and this one, but then it's like just a complete standstill.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Sure. Oh, it clips. It's so massive.
What did he say? Horsepower? Can you
He
remember?
said, well, he said 400 or something, but
Alright. We should be in fourth. I feel like we should go into fourth. Oh, that's
okay.
a smooth transition. Pretty nice. Put on
the new
some tunes.
Bluesmobile or what?
Yeah.
There
Half a pack of
you
cigarettes.
go. Have you got one word for this?
What's my one word review? I would say expensive, but really, at the end of the day,
It really wasn't bad for what it is.
Crowley, beastly, giant, but it's not as big as our other ones.
Yeah.
Colin's pretty. Look at him sitting over there watching
Yeah.
his wife.
Yeah, he's
Big
pretty
smile
happy.
on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, this ticks all of Colin's boxes, really.
Yeah,
It's big, it has green paint, and it burns oil, so
yeah. And it had a blade. 'Cause we were looking for a blade, so why?
yeah,
Why buy the
why
blade?
just buy the blade? It comes with its own carrying unit.
That's right. We could sit in and go in there.
I have to say, the passenger seat is not great.
It's lacking. Oh, it's pretty smooth. It's fine.
It's alright.
I want to plow something now.
Yeah, let's push some of this stuff around.
So I gotta play with the blade here.
Oh, tilty. Plug it beside its great granddaughter in there.
You want to take it for a spin?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think we should take it for a spin. So I'm gonna back it up.
Okay. Gotta take it for a rip.
Uncomplicated gear shift.
Down to B, back up here, and over to 1 and out, right?
Yep, that's the one. Alright.
There we go.
Nice.
Bang it over second.
Yeah, bang for a second. Oh,
Yeah, nice. And then clutch to go to 3.
clutch to go to 3, yeah.
Oh, okay, but then it's, of course, it stopped in the meantime, yeah.
It just starts at 3. It doesn't care. I think
Yeah,
it's-
it doesn't care.
I think it's a tiny bit of torque. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the torque rating is adequate. Yeah, this is great. Okay, we're gonna go for 4th gear.
Gear it approves of the tractor.
Yeah,
You're gonna go for 4th? Do it.
I think so. Oh, there we go.
It's all from bump. Isn't it weird to
Those
drive an
Colin
articulated
is gonna-
tractor? Like, isn't that just a weird feeling? The whole tractor pivots in the middle?
My forklift is articulated,
Yeah.
but it's not quite on the same scale. Oh, you can downshift. Smooth downshifting,
What do you
eh?
say?
Now, I'll just back it in and then Colin can do whatever he wants with it. So that would be just straight down here, eh?
Yeah, right down, round the corner,
Holy good luck. Okay.
down, round another corner. Yeah, I think that's the one. Park it in front of its younger brother here. Much younger.
That's good enough.
I think that's it.
So this now, come out of there,
Over there, and you go up.
over to
around
here,
some corners,
over to
like
here,
that, and then you go
back up to,
Yeah,
No.
all the way into park. That's the one. Woo.
okay,
And then you gotta turn the key off.
yep, and then pull,
Focus, and then pull it. Focus it. There we go. Turn the key off and then pull
throttle
it.
down,
You
and
gotta pull it and hold it until it dies.
yeah,
There.
just like, yeah, great. Cool, thanks. That
even
was
has
fun. What a
has an
fun
ashtray.
tractor. It's got an ashtray, yeah. Where's the lighter?
Yeah, good.
What the heck good is this thing?
What? There's no lighter?
Oh no, it's right here. It's right in front, dead center.
Oh, of course it is.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell too much like classic darts in here.
That is get hot boxing your tractor, right?
Oh, this would be a great hot boxer, yeah.
Just
All right, you're first, I guess, because I'm trapped.
fun.
Super fun. All right, thanks for the ride.
Oh yeah, no problem. Again, I don't have a word. I don't have a single word. My single word, happy. It has a happy husband.
Yeah.
Happy husband.
Happy husband buying himself toys for his birthday.
Yeah.
That's right, well,
right. That's what
there's
it
a
is.
certain value in that.
Yep. You'll use it to do things to
It
make
costs
me
less
happy.
than your Volvo.
It did actually, quite a bit less.
I don't think Colin drives the Volvo very much, does he?
Not as much as the Beamer or winter
The
Beamer.
mud,
Yeah.
the mud beamer,
Yeah.
the winter beamer.
That's right.
Is that thing still going?
Oh yeah, it's great. This is our other, anyway, the 7230R.
The old 7230.
No, it's not the old. We got rid of the old 7830.
Okay.
So it's actually bigger.
Jeez, this is big,
7830.
actually. This is a
And,
fairly large tractor.
This is my tractor. So
Oh yeah?
yes,
It's your favorite?
it's my favorite.
Nice. That'll be a lot of fun.
I miss the
You'll have to take us
7830.
for a rip sometime.
Yeah, we're gonna do tractor time with Laura.
Yeah, tractor time is fun.
Yeah.
Did you buy the bucket and everything with it, or?
Yeah, it came
Yeah,
with
come
it.
like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I better go get that before Scott leaves.
Why do you shut this off?
It's a regular
Same
contributor.
old shit.
Kimbo got sick of it. She chopped off my fucking head.